Afternoon, everybody. Hi, it's Friday afternoon. Welcome. It's the Friday Ambassador Workshop Series. I'm Jason Lipfeld, and you are with us, and I'm happy to have you here. It's exciting times. We took a week off last week to give our time to another group to run our workshop, but we're back, and now for the next, 10 weeks, we'll be meeting like this, and we have some extraordinary speakers talking about some extraordinary topics and sort of opening up our minds to a new world, the possibilities of everything that goes along with where we are today. I'm happy that we start this portion of the series off with my good friend Cyrille. We've known each other for quite a few years. I met him when he was serving as a student government leader at Lehman College, and his collaboration with our own student government president, Adrian Quinones, sparked an initiative to get students engaged in changing the way that the Bronx looked at itself. And it was a very successful venture, which has not been continued, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get back to it one day. But it did create lines of thinking that were not in existence prior in CUNY. And so, Cyrille, I'm not going to bore them with a long introduction because I know that you give a lot of yourself in your presentation. But I want to thank you for taking the time. I know you've had a busy day. I know you've been at several different presentations. I know you have more coming up today.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, we truly appreciate you here. Your contributions to Hostos have always been extraordinary. And I look forward to what you have to share with us today. So everybody, I give you Cyrille.
Oh, thank you so much, Jason. It's always an honor and privilege to be in here. Anytime I get a call from Jason or a text message, I keep telling him, don't ask, just tell me, because I love the work he's doing with all the students, and his dedication and passion for this job is why we are in the journey that we are in. So I thank you so much for your kind words. It's just awesome to be here. I see we have a couple of faces that I familiar faces. I just said hi to Andre Thompson. We have Stefan Diviela, and everybody else that I don't know yet. I would like you to, I want us to make this a little bit interactive from the beginning. I know you've had so much great presenters and speakers, and for those who know me, you know that I'm very unconventional. I don't like to do things the right way. I like to do things my way, so we're going to interact a little bit. I started speaking with Yavo. Is that how you say your name, Yavo?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Can I say it right? Better than what I did?
Well, in my native tongue is Yavor.
Yavor. Oh my God. I had to roll those R at the end. Yavor. Thank you, man. How you doing today?
Good so far. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. What are your expectations?
I have no idea. It's my first ever attendance, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but I hope I'm enjoying it.
No, I love it. I think if it's your first time, I'm so honored that you're here, and what this organization does is inspire, educate, and give the ability to students to introspect, so that's what you'll be doing. You'll be inspired, you'll be educated, and then at the end of the day, I want you to start introspecting. I want you to look inside of you, because I'm not here to tell you how to do something. I'm here to just guide you through your process, right? So I'm happy that you're here. For those who are off camera, if you feel like turning your camera on and saying hi, cool, because I really want this first session to be the beginning of the session to be interactive, so that yes, okay, Yanira, I said it right? Yeah, unmute yourself, please. Thank you so much for putting your camera on, and tell us how you're doing today.
I'm doing perfectly good. It's been cool since I was On outside. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
My mom.
It's okay.
But everything's good so far.
Great. How do you, what are you expecting today?
I'm sorry?
What are you expecting? What are your expectations? We'll be spending, I think, an hour together. What are your expectations? What do you expect to have? When you come to these sessions, what's your expectation?
Give me 1 second to fix my mic because I can barely hear you. Give me one
Okay.
second.
All right. That's cool. So, Stefan, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir. Thank you so much.
Tell me when you're ready, Yanira, okay? Let's go to Stefan. Stefan, how you doing today?
Doing really well. Really well.
I'm happy to see you again. I know you've been here for a while. You know the ins and outs of this thing. You actually work closely with Jason. But do you have any expectation for today's presentation?
I guess to put the gloves back on and get back in the boxing ring, I would say that.
Boy.
I actually walked in here with no expectation. I walked in here just trying to, be a sponge and absorb as much as I can. So that's why I'm here.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Mohammed Bey is here, my Facebook friend. Oh man, that's so cool.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm so happy to see you. I was crossing my fingers. I hope Mohammed will show up.
How you doing? I'm definitely here. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
No, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm happy you're doing good. I will ask you the same question I ask everyone. What are your expectations?
My expectation simply is to learn something that I didn't know before, and not something that is just knowledge to be retained, but something I can actually use in the world or use in the current time.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I love it. I love it, Mohammed. And you're very inspirational. I learned a lot from your post. I learned a lot from everything that you post on social media. I value that. I truly value that.
Thank you. Likewise.
Oh, wow. Monsita Colon.
Hello, how are you?
I'm awesome, Monsita. You have a beautiful smile. How are you doing today?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing awesome. So what are your expectations?
Just knowledge.
Knowledge. That's so powerful, man. I love it. I want to be like you when I grow up.
The more, you learn every day. So the more you can learn, the better you can be as an individual, as a person, pretty much.
Lovely. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. I look forward to us learning together. Andre Thompson.
Hello, sir.
How you doing? I love your afro, man.
Thanks.
It's called the confinement afro. How you doing today?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing awesome. What are your expectations today?
All right. Well, I expect to learn something that will be useful in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's something to do with being a better person or being, more sharp with my leadership skills.
Love it. And a small story about Andre is coming from afar, from a long way, right? I've seen Andre many semesters ago, just starting. Now the person I'm seeing now is a whole different leader. He's more outspoken. He's carrying himself like a true leader. And that's the effort of all these people. Jason, Charmaine, everybody around us. That's putting the effort for you all to be great. And I value that. Thank you so much, Andre, for just your resilience. Thank you for just being there. Keep pushing, not giving up. I love it.
I appreciate it.
Always, man. Yanira, are you ready? Okay, your mic is working now.
Yes, I hope.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Exactly. So it's working because we don't want to go to a Chic Shack. What's the store that used to sell mics? We go and get some mics in that store. But I wanted to know what your expectations are.
Okay. Since I read this workshop about being comfortable in the discomfort.
Being uncomfortable, being comfortable in your discomfort.
Yeah. Since I've been thinking that I have to be open to failures. Because there is no way for me to learn, right? I'm trying to to understand or to learn how to be okay with that, it is not because of me thinking about thinking about perfection. Maybe, I don't know. But more like not to feel rejection, if that makes sense.
I feel you.
So it is like I have felt so much rejection that I'm trying to look at in another way so the process can teach me and I don't get frustrated because of feeling rejection again. So I'm trying to deal with to put like rejection in out
Positive.
of the process.
Okay.
Exactly. So I want to know what is in these workshops.
All right, guys. The presentation is over. We can go home. We can go home now. Yanira did everything that she spoke about. Everything I had to speak about. So that's it. That's it. We're done, right? No, just
okay. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Yanira. Okay, we're going to start now. You said a lot of stuff, and again, it looks like you are one of the people who read the flyer. You're one of the people who actually read the topic, right? Because you're the only one who spoke about the topic, and that I appreciate it. I truly value that. You know, so we're talking about being comfortable in your discomfort, right? Being comfortable in your discomfort. Who can tell me what is the first thing that came to their mind when they hear being comfortable in your discomfort? I'll take two people. I'll take the people with the camera on. Mohammed, your camera is on.
Exercise.
Yavor, your camera is on. Okay, Monsita is on too. Okay, I'll take the people with the camera on. Okay. Yes, Mohammed, talk to me.
So if you train or if you work out just a little bit, you know that exercise is not fun. It's painful, but after a while you get used to it, and then you develop. And then when your set was only 5 and you felt weak and you needed to do more, the week after it's 10, and you get used to the struggle. And then you see that it's not a struggle, it's just a plateau. And then once you get to a plateau, you ascend it. So sometimes you might not be able to do 10 straight when you get to 10. You have to work out. So literally. So if you fall 9 times, you get up 10. So that's what you need to strive for, getting up to the 10. And then even if you fall 11 times, you get up 12. So from this constant occurrence of you being triumphant in the face of adversity, you get used to dealing with adversity. And then Murphy's laws are constant, and you just deal with it when it arises.
I love Mr. Murphy. Thank you so much for bringing him in the discussion, Mohammed. But Yanira, do you understand that we're going into a direction right now, right? He's just addressing the things that you addressed, but on a whole different concept and a whole different dimension. And I like what's going on. You're seeking for answers. You want those answers, and the answers are coming to you, right? You're not going to put our rejection out of you, but you're going to work with rejection, okay? And I'm getting there. I told you did my whole presentation already, so we're just moving along. Monsita, you have something to add to what Mohammed said?
Yes, I think comfort is when you're comfortable in, let's say, with life, with the situation you are, and you don't want to grow as an individual, and your fear is holding you back to become more successful or to get that promotion or to do that job. You're comfortable in your lifestyle where you don't see yourself with a house and a car and a career or setting a goal. You're okay with making maybe $15 an hour and being on welfare or being wherever you're at, and you don't want to grow as an individual.
Deep. I love it. Was it? I needed one last person. Who's there? Who can raise your hand for me? One last person. Yavor is on. Are you on, Yavor?
Yes, I am. I kind of share the last perspective that fear holds us back, and we are comfortable because, you know, you like to nap in the afternoon, or you don't want to stay up all night studying. You just want to go to bed, or you want to be on Instagram the whole day swiping. And then in the end, you know, you're just comfortable with where you are, and you're not growing, and you don't even realize that, you know, you're holding yourself back. And that's pretty much it.
Wow.
Because you're used to it. I'm like, you know, I make my money. Why do I need a new diploma? why do I need a new lifestyle? I'm good, but you're
Preach
not,
it.
because like everything can go wrong any moment.
Preach it, brother. Welcome, Estelle. How you doing? Nice to have you here. So now the couple of people who shared their opinion on what they think about the topic broke it down, right? And most of you understand which direction we're going. I developed this concept last November. I was traveling to Africa in December, and I had I had 4 conferences to do in Zambia, in Lusaka. Actually 3, yes, 4. So, and I was thinking, what am I going to talk about, right? I was going there to meet with filmmakers, to sit down with salesmen and all these different people in Africa. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Then I'm thinking about what I just went through for the year 2020, right? March 2020, we were still on the road campaigning for a friend who was running for Congress. I was going to work every morning as usual. And then March 2020, actually, we traveled to Albany to advocate for CUNY, as we do every year. And then March 2020, everything shut down. And I'm looking at it like, man, we are so comfortable, right? Yanira explained it. Mohammed explained it, right? Yavo, all of you guys explained the ability to be comfortable even when everything is uncomfortable. You know, so I created this whole thing on being comfortable in your discomfort. And I can't stop preaching about it. I can't stop talking about it because just as you all said, we live in a time where people don't care about being uncomfortable, right? We've normalized the ability to be comfortable in our discomfort. It's so cool, right? We limit ourselves and we're cool about it, right? Sometimes you tell someone, oh my God, you know, you could do more than more than what you, no, I'm cool, man. What do you think you want? What do you think you're trying to do, man? You want to show me that you know more, everything. It's normalized, right? Because some people, their limit is set up here and that's it. I'm not going way beyond this thing. That's it for me. I'm good. You know, I have a job. What do I need a second diploma from, right? What do I need a degree for? Okay, but we just saw, we're still seeing that you could go from having a job to not having a job and being unemployment because a pandemic hit, right? Are you guys with me? Guys, stay with me, please, because we're talking about being uncomfortable here, you know, being comfortable, sorry. We're very, very comfortable, mostly in this side of the hemisphere because we have everything. We have almost everything, right? You have no job, you have a $600 a week, you know, unemployment. You good, right? You could still buy your Teams and your, you know, your PS4 and PS5 and you know, get the things that you don't really need but that you just want. You know, $600 a week is somebody else's paycheck, right? But that's what you're getting for not working, for not doing anything. So you're being paid just for being home, not doing anything, and you're being paid a good wage. So you're being comfortable in your discomfort. Who do you think is going to wake up and say, let me go and hustle if they have $600 coming in their bank account every week? You know, so, and again, I'm not judging anyone who's on unemployment. I'm just saying we're talking in the context of being comfortable in your discomfort. Some people will be just comfortable. Some people will be like, okay, I'll call you. Oh, Andrew, I have a job for you. No, I'm good, man. I'm getting that unemployment check. I don't want to mess it up, you know. I'm sorry, guys. It's just cool because it's real life, you know, it's real life, you know, and again, in every aspect of life, comfort hits you. You just stay in that comfort, right? You just stay in that comfort. You start looking at life in a different way. You know, do I really need to push harder? Is it even necessary for me to push? Oh my God, I failed yesterday, so I'm afraid I don't want to fail anymore. So I'm not going to try. Am I speaking to someone? I'm not going to try because I failed yesterday, so I'm not going to try because I'm afraid of failing. You know? So, but guess what? The fear of failure terrorized me for many, many years. The Cyrille you're seeing today has not always been this Cyrille. I had my share of traumas, right? Yanira spoke about rejection. I was born rejected because I was born without a father. He rejected me from birth, right? So I was raised by a single mother of 3. I was bullied in elementary school. For all my elementary school, I was bullied. I was a victim, you know. I was abused by family members, you know. So I lived in discomfort all my childhood. You know, when I got to high school, I became the bully because it was my defense mechanism. I needed to defend myself. So when somebody came and said, good morning, I was ready to punch them because I didn't know if they were coming to attack me or not, you know. And I grew with that discomfort. I dropped out of high school 2 years before graduating, you know, and my mother, awesome hustler, pushed, and she said, no, you're not going to just sit home. You're going to find something. She sold a piece of land and said, you're going to go in a vocational school and learn computer science. I went into a vocational school, learned computer science. 2 years later, graduated, and I got a job as a computer engineer. You know, that's my story, right? A story of discomfort. So I've always found a way not to be comfortable in my discomfort. Always, right? So, and then as I'm walking, I'm looking at other people moving along, and I'm like, no, I think there's more to life than this. I started finding ways to go out of Africa, to go out of Cameroon. Then I found myself in America, seeking for the American dream. You know, and I think that was like the beginning of the best part of my journey, because the discomfort of being an undocumented in America woke me up and told me, you're not going to be comfortable in this discomfort. Are you guys listening to me? This is my story I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody else's story that I read in a book. I'm talking about my story. All right. So being undocumented was like bam, bam, bam. Every day you wake up in the morning, you're in the ring. You have to put your hands up. You have to dodge something or swing at something, you know? And again, I'm speaking about it now from a place of comfort, but it wasn't that comfortable, you know? So for those who read my book is coming out at the end of the year. It's called I'm Not My Father's Son. It had 2 titles. It was Born from Rejection and then I'm Not My Father's Son. But I left away Born from Rejection because I was like, my mom didn't reject me, right? My dad rejected me, but my mom didn't reject me. So I changed the title to I'm Not My Father's Son. It tells you all the story that I've been through to be where I am today. So I'm sitting down here telling you guys about discomfort because I've been through the experience of that state right there. You know, I have the PhD in discomfort or discomfortability, whatever you want to call it. But guess what? I've been there. You know, I've been there. And the last thing I did was being comfortable in that state. So when I got my green card, the first thing I wanted to do was go to school, enroll, get my GED, you know, get that degree, go to Westchester Community College, Lehman College, get my master's at City College, because I didn't want to be comfortable. I wanted the best. I wanted to be that person that's going to inspire other people to want to do more. Right? I didn't want my American dream to just be a regular American dream. No. Now I travel the world, I speak to people, I inspire people. That's the life I wanted. That's the life. Now that's the life of comfort, because I have enough experience and I have enough baggage that I could share with people and make them think about themselves and say, oh, if it happened to Cyrille and it came out of it, I could come out of it too. You know? So you all are in the right place right now, a place of knowledge. You're receiving it, you know? You want to make sure that you tell yourself, you always ask yourself, am I being comfortable in my discomfort? What is perfection? What is your idea of perfection? What is your idea of success? What is your idea of failure? Do you have a vision board? Where are you going in this journey? How do you know that you're not even comfortable yet? How do you know you're not comfortable yet? You know? So these are all, today, being comfortable in your discomfort is going to be a reminder for all of you young leaders of not settling. Telling yourself, every morning when I wake up for a reason. I have a purpose. What is my purpose? I have a purpose. What is my purpose? What is my calling? Because without your calling, you can't know your purpose. Without your calling, you can't know your purpose. All right? So when you are in a crossroad where most of you are, or some of you are, and you start saying, man, my fear is holding me back. Now is the time to go back to the drawing board and tell yourself, I'm going to create the roadmap for this journey. This is going to be the best rest of my life. Why? Because I'm going to be self-aware. I'm going to be self-aware. If you're not self-aware, you can't come out of your discomfort. You have to be self-aware. You have to know, where am I coming from and where I'm going to. All right. I am an advocate. You know why? Because I've always been on the side of the abused. So now I am a strong advocate. I can't stand there and see someone being oppressed and don't say nothing. I'm swinging already. You know why? Because I know where I came from. I know what being bullied feels like. I know what being abused feels like. I know what not having a male role model as a young male child in your life feels like. You know, so what I do when I'm on the street, I'm with my son here, I make sure that I am that role model. I'm ready to swing if anything is happening, because I don't want anyone to go through what I've been through. So what you all are doing now is creating the platform for yourself so that you become that advocate. All the speakers you're listening to, everybody come with different theories and practices and everything. You have to take it from there and then make it yours. Put yourself in a place where you say, you know what, I'm ready mentally. Because we could spend 3 hours, 4 hours on this Zoom, but if your mind doesn't decide to change, you're still going to be in that discomfort, in a very comfortable state. Are you guys with me? So we're talking to the mind right now. Fear is a great factor that will hold people back, because people will feel like, you know what? I don't want to be called loser. You know, I don't want to be that one that the family, I don't want to be we call it the black sheep of the family. Guess what? I was the black sheep, but now I'm the brightest sheep, bro. I'm so bright, some people can't even look at me. That's how bright of a sheep I am right now. You know, everybody that counted me out, they didn't know how to count. I'm sorry. They did not know how to count. So, but guess what? Has it always been easy? No, it wasn't easy. But I decided, as I got to a place where I got tired of being comfortable in my discomfort. I got tired. I said, enough is enough. How do I do to come out of this? I started reading books. This is one of the first books I read. Start with Your Why. Simon Sinek, one of the first books I read. And everybody who knows me knows that I always advise to read this book anytime you're in that crossroad where you're looking at, where am I going now? When I read this book, it was a game changer. That's why it's always there. It's always in my library beside me. You know, because that book defined and it told me exactly what I needed at that time to understand that fear is not my portion. To understand that I wasn't born to be fearful. I wasn't born to not be successful. It taught me that if I found my calling, I will be led through my purpose. All right. So at the end of the day, you look at your life and you tell yourself, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Guess what? On the same block, in the same building, in the same street, there is 10 people your age who are waking up every morning and are hustling harder to get out of that comfort zone. So are you going to hold yourself back? Are you going to hold yourself back? So I will assume we are in the same dimension right now. We know where we're going with this topic, right? Are we? Any question, comment, concern? Raise your hand for me, please. Let's do this. I told you guys will be interactive. I don't want to just talk at you. I want us to talk together. Any question, comment, concern? Going once, going twice, going, gone. All right. So I did something. Remember, I told you I was in Africa for a month and a half, for 6 weeks. So I want to share some proverbs with you guys. I know some people, I see on the screen the name in the author. Thank you so much. I will buy the book. Okay, Isabel. Yeah, the book is called, let me type it right now. It's called Start with Your Why. Oh, you say you have it, right? The person, Isabel, you have it? You have the title and the author?
Yeah, hello. Is the book is Discomfort by Cyrille
No. The book is Start With Your Why, and it's Simon Sinek. Can someone help me type that in the chat, please? Jason or Stefan? So Start With Your Why.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's already in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Isabella, my book is not out yet. Thank you for blessing me with that word of prophecy. The book is coming at the end of the year. Almost done. I have some proverbs I want to share with you, and I want you guys to follow me clearly. Are you guys seeing my screen? Are you all seeing my screen? All right.
Yes.
Okay, can someone read what's on the screen for me, please?
To get lost is, I'm sorry.
It's okay, you could go. You could go, Yanira. Let's go.
To get lost is to learn the way.
Exactly. That's an African proverb. My grandfather always told me that when I was a child. To get lost is to learn the way, or to find the way. What does that mean? If you're afraid of failure, it will be tough to succeed, because the only way, Muhammad said it right, you try 9 times, you woke up 10 times. You know, Mandela said it right. The strength of a leader is not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. All right, I'm not teaching you guys nothing new here. You know, you just need a reminder. The strength of a leader is not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. So to get lost is to learn the way. If you do not get lost, how are you going to find a way? Are you going to stay in your living room every day and say, I want to go downtown, and you don't know how to get there? Or are you going to take a train and then go to Brooklyn and then get lost in Brooklyn, get the train back, and then try that all the time until you start knowing how to take the train, the subway? So the fear factor is great, and there's a lot of great fears, and there's so much theories about fears, and people say, oh, fear is awesome, fear is good. Yes, some fears are good. You don't want to terrorize yourself, right? You want to make sure that you understand the type of fear. What did I say in the beginning? Self-awareness, right? Self-awareness. When you know who you are, you understand that, you know what? I don't like to go on how do you call this stuff? I don't like to go on roller coaster, so I'm not going to take a chance. Some people pass out when they go on roller coaster, right? It's not the black people thing, right? We're not good at that. So you look at that, you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay down here, guys. Go and climb your thing. I'm good. My friends drive to the Grand Canyon. I'm like, the Grand Canyon is not for me, guys. You know, I know my limit. It's not because I'm a chicken or I'm so fearful, but it's just because I know who I am. All right? I'm good on the level ground. Take me anywhere where it's level and it's on the floor, we're going to do it. You know, right? But if you take me anywhere that's too risky, I don't want to be there. But guess what? For me to get to that place of knowing myself, I had to get lost a couple of times. So to get lost is to learn the way. So you don't have to be afraid of failing, because the more you fail, the more you learn. Should I say it again? The more you fail, the more you learn. Right? Some people tend not to learn through their failure at all. They fail until they fail themselves to death. But if you create that self-awareness in you, and you start introspecting and start looking at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, wow, Cyrille, like you did it yesterday, it didn't work. Are you going to do the same thing, or are you going to switch the way you're doing it so that you can do it better? It's going to work, because the more you fail, the more you learn. When you fail, don't go back and do the same thing tomorrow. Find a different way to fail your way to success. I'll say it again. When you fail 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, if you did the same thing and you fail 3 times, find a way the 4th time to fail your way to success. Find a way to fail your way to success, because most of the successful people out there failed a lot of times. They failed a lot of times. They had to believe in their ability to fail enough to be able to succeed. Or some people had to believe in them and say, guess what? I know it's tough, but I know you can do it. Are we together? So when you look at that, you start telling yourself, you know what? I'm not rejected because I'm bad. I'm rejected because the person that rejected me couldn't see the greatness in me. Oh, that hit hard, right? And, I see your head moving around. I see people shaking. That's good. It's hitting me right now. I'm having goosebumps just saying it. It's not about you. It is not about you. Why are you taking fault for something you didn't do? It's not about you. You're not being rejected because you're bad. What did you do? You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You rejected. The person that's rejecting you doesn't know what they're losing. They don't know what they're losing. So at the end of the day, please stop pointing the finger at yourself. Just put your hands down and start telling yourself, it's not my fault. I'm not going to take responsibility for something that I didn't do. When I was growing up, I blamed myself so much for my father not being there. I was like, man, I was losing my mind. Poor me. I wasn't there when nothing was happening, right? I was just born in this situation. But it took strength and power for me to come out of that self-blame and self-sabotage type of environment, mental environment, because I always like, oh, everybody have their father. Simon has his father, Michelle have his father. Why me? Cyrille, you didn't do nothing. Why are you blaming yourself for that? Isabel, when we get lost, it's the way to explore. Yes, for adventurers like me, right? When I get lost, I take it and I make something good out of it. I start looking at flowers. I get lost even 3 times in the same street just to discover. And at the end of the day, I become a master of the way because I got lost so many times. In getting lost and learning the way, a lot of things come in play. That self-awareness is the key, guys. Please, for my visual learners, write that down. Self-awareness is the key to success, because if you succeed without knowing yourself, you're going to fall again. Yep, I said it. If you succeed without knowing yourself, you're going to fall, and that fall is going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one. So self-awareness is the key to success, because you know yourself, right? You know now that no one can push your button. You know how to carry yourself when you're in the middle of successful people. All right. You know how to appreciate the effort you've placed in to be in that state of success. Because some people become so successful, they forget to appreciate the struggles they've been through. They forget to appreciate their discomfort, state when they were uncomfortable. They totally forget about that. Now they're the big shot, speak the big English and everything. No, everybody have a story. Everybody have a journey. I could have bringing you guys a slide of, super great presentation about leadership. That's not the point right now. We've come into a place where we're uncomfortable right now. The pandemic, nobody knew that something like a pandemic would come in the 21st century. No one. If you knew it, please let me know how you did, because I want to learn that too. So nobody knew that we'll be in a pandemic. But guess what? We're navigating through the pandemic, and some of us are comfortable in our discomfort. Some of us are very uncomfortable, and we're still pushing it. We're pushing it, right? So you have to understand that for you, getting lost is not a calamity. Stop blaming yourself. Getting lost is not a calamity. Getting lost is the best way to find your way. I struggled with the fear of failure, but when I understood who I was in my being, that fear of failure became a push. It became a catalyst of my success. Because now I wasn't afraid anymore. Oh my God, if I fail, what are they going to call me, a loser? No. You know what, bro? You want to call me a loser? Good for you. But I'm good. I'm learning. I'm learning. So the second slide is if you walk around the same tree 3 times, somebody read it, please. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be the reader.
If you walk around the same tree 3 times, you are not lost. You are stupid.
Yeah, we have to be real with that, right? Because some people decide to just, that's a plateau of comfortability, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. Doing the same thing, you wake up every morning, you do the same thing over and over, but you expect a different result. How do you do that? Trust me, I can't wrap my mind around it, you know? And sometimes you sit down and you get the solutions to the problems, but you decide to ignore the solutions and just keep doing the same thing over and over. So my grandfather always told me, you walk in the bush, you walk in the forest, and you walk around the same tree, 1, 2, and you don't notice leaves on the ground, you don't notice signs on the trees, you don't notice even, really? How did you do that? No, you're not lost. Right now, you just decide to not even be aware of where you are. All right. So how do we translate that in our today's life? Can someone help me translate this my grandfather's proverb in our today's life, in our discomfort or comfortable state? Talk to me, guys. I don't want to call anyone, okay? Don't make me call names.
You can't expect to have an A average if you can constantly don't complete the work.
Break it down for me more, please.
Okay, so a person is the sum of their habits. So if it's habitual for you to not do your work, and then you expect the A, and then you argue with your professor, and then you write the CUNY, or this professor was bad, they're gonna simply ask you, did you complete the assignments? No. So now you have to do an introspection, because nobody can help you with that, because that was on you.
Deep. Who can counter that? Who can add to that? Brigitte, why are you yawning? I'm that boring?
I don't know how to interpret that one, but for me, I think it's like if you do the same mistake in your life, like not 3 times, but like you repeat the same mistake and you don't get any lesson from it, that means you stupid. That you can still make the mistake the second time, the 3 times, but you need to learn from the first mistake. You need to learn for the second one too. That's my understanding.
Your understanding is great. Trust me, you're awesome. And again, be confident of there's no, the only answer that you don't give is the one that doesn't make sense. But every answer you give makes sense, all right? Don't be apologetic about that. I love the way you said it. I love the way Mohammed said it. How many days does it take to form a habit, guys?
90 to 120.
21 days. 21 days to form a habit. Go and Google it. I'm not telling you guys anything that I'm from my mind. Psychology, guys. 7 is after a week, 7 days, boom. Oh my God, I could do this. The second week, 14 days. The 21st day, you don't even remember that you're doing it, and you're doing it already. All right. So you said it, Mohammed. We are a sum of our habits. We're sum of everything that we're doing. So it means that if you have the habit of failure, you can have a habit of success. Yes or no? If you form a habit of not giving your assignment on time, it means you can tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to stop being a procrastinator. I'm going to do this assignment ahead of time, and I'm going to submit it on time so that I could get the A's. You know, so you're not going to blame people, you know, for your own shortcomings, because we are like that. Humans, we're like that. We're always blaming everybody but ourselves for the things that we don't do right. Oh, it's a professor. Oh, she doesn't like me. Oh, because I'm black. Oh, it's that. Or something will always come up, right? And there's 2 types of people in this world. There's people that give excuses, and there's people that give results. So you have to ask yourself, what am I? Am I the type of person that always give excuses? Please, you have to introspect, guys. Remember, comfortable in your discomfort. The only way you're going to come out of that discomfort is if you start looking at yourself in the mirror and taking accountability of who you are. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Please. Ask yourself, Cyrille said there were 2 types of people. Am I the type of person that always give excuses, or am I the type of person that always give results? The moment you start looking at yourself like that, without waiting for someone to blame you for something you're supposed to do, like group project. How many people do group project here in classes? All of you, because of you are students. Exactly. Who is that one person that always their grandmother is always sick. Their grandfather always has a bike accident or car, you know. You know, they always have some excuse. Where's Stefan? I need to see Stefan in this one. I'm not saying he's the one, but I'm saying there's always, right, Stefan? There's always that guy who comes with some excuses, right? The project will never be done because of them. And when you put your hours and make the project work, guess what? They start blaming you. Oh, professor, he didn't want me to be part of it. Wow, really? How many times did I call you to come and meet so that we can make this happen? Your cat was on the tree, your mouse was stuck in the stove. Always an excuse, man. Always an excuse. So to be self-aware, you have to ask yourself, am I an excuse person or a result person? And it does not lie. When you are an excuse person, the energy you receive from people don't lie. It tells you that you're an excuse person because nobody takes your word for anything. When you're a result person, you notice that people are so there to receive from you because you're resourceful. The result people are so resourceful. They're there on time. They always make sure to call to know how you're doing. They do this. All the things that successful people do, they do it. You know? So this is not about walking around a tree and getting lost. And again, I used the word, when I was thinking of putting the word stupid, I was like, oh, that's insulting. I'm like, no, we have to be real with each other. How do you look at yourself if you can learn from your mistakes? How do you look at yourself? What do you call yourself? That you're awesome and you're great? Meanwhile, if it was someone else, you already be banging them with harsh words. All right? So it's important that we look at ourselves and we create that self-awareness. Learn how to love yourself, because if you want to be a result-driven person, you have to love yourself. You have to tell yourself, you know what, Cyrille? I'm tired of being the one that's always coming late. All right? Instead of waking up at 7 while I have to be there at 7:30 and I expect to take the subway to be there, I'm going to wake up an hour earlier so that even if the subway, even if someone throw a carriage in front of a train, we're going to get stuck and I'm going to get there on time. Create that self-awareness. All the habits that we have, they are learned. They're learned habits. Don't tell me you were lazy because your father was lazy or your mother was lazy or you were born lazy. No, you can learn how to, you can unlearn all those habits. I call it breaking generational curse, because most of the things that I did when I was my younger self, I'm not doing them anymore because they were not healthy habits. Most of my habits were not healthy habits. And that's why my book is entitled, I'm Not My Father's Son, because when I hear about my father, I picked on a lot of his habits. And I didn't even know him. Can you guys believe that? You know, so you can unlearn those habits and you can create healthy and productive habits and make yourself a successful person. You know, so you don't want to walk around the same tree over and over and over and expecting to just miraculously come out of the jungle. No, you can't. You cannot. You cannot. Night is going to fall. You're still going to be walking around that tree and you'll be shocked. Like, wow, I've been walking for long. Have you seen people that are have you seen people that are struggling with not being successful and they're like, wow, I've been trying this and this guy just came and he's just already making it. How? What are they doing? Don't ask yourself what are they doing. Ask yourself, what am I not doing? Are we talking about self-awareness here, guys? Ask yourself, what am I not doing? You know? And if you cannot, again, she said, we have to condition our mind, right? Yeah, we're talking about conditioning our mind. If you cannot change your mindset, if you cannot tell yourself, Cyrille, okay, you've been in this country for 13 years now and you've really not achieved anything. Okay, what's your measure of success? Okay, my measure of success is the American dream. I have a family, I need a roof over my head, you know, I need my children to be inspired and everything. And then you look at that and say, oh, I've not even started to do it. I'm still in the beginning. And then because everybody measures success their own way, right? That's why I'm not giving you guys a particular way of success. Some people think success is having a lot of money. Some people think it's having a lot of physical assets, cars, houses, and everything. That's you, right? But at least you have to be able to know what your measure of success is so that it can guide you through not living with regret. So that I can guide you through not living with regret. So that I can guide you through saying, oh, at the end of the day, I did it. I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. Are we good? Comments, questions, concern?
I was thinking that there is a phrase, I'm sorry to jump in.
No, jump in, my friend.
That says, don't expect a different result from
the same
behavior or something.
Yep. It can be said in different way, and I like what you said. Don't expect a different result if you're doing the same pattern, the same things. It cannot happen. The miracle is not going to happen. Your work is going to bring the miracle. Your work is going to be, trust me, you could, for those that are religious, you could pray till tomorrow, fast till tomorrow, but if you don't go out and do it, it's not happening. Yeah, you're jobless. Okay, stay in your house, fast for 40 days, don't go for any job interview. Let that job come and meet you in your house. All right. So let's be real, guys. This is 2021. We're living in a very uncomfortable time where there's a pandemic out there. So most of us are going through a lot. We lost families and everything. If you're still alive, you're alive for a reason, man. Nothing happened by mistake. You have to be able to ask yourself, why didn't I go? Why didn't the pandemic take me? Okay, I'm here because I have a purpose. What is that purpose? What's my calling? How many people do I inspire when I wake up in the morning? All right. So it's very important to understand that your mind, guiding your mind and is going to guide you through success. Changing your mind is going to guide you through success. But for that, you have to be able to be self-aware. You have to be able to be self-aware, because if you don't know yourself, then what are you doing? You know that your fear is a fear of success or a fear of failure is going to help you to counteract that so that you can be successful. Right, guys? So somebody read this for me, please. Someone read this for me.
It is the one. Oh, sorry.
Janelle, you were reading?
Yes.
Okay, can you read?
It is the one who lives in the house who knows where the roof leaks.
Mm-hmm. Janelle, what do you feel about it?
In my understanding is that you are the only one who knows what's gonna happen with you, or what are you gonna do.
I love it. That's a quiet storm right there. She didn't say nothing from the beginning, but as soon as she opens her mouth, something happens. I love it. Janelle, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is the one who lives in the house who knows where the roof leaks, right? Anytime my grandfather always tell me that, I was like, what's he talking about? The neighbor can come and help you with some bucket, right, to catch the water. Those who know what I'm talking about will get it, but those who don't know, I'm sorry. I'll explain to you next time. But when your roof is leaking, and these are not proverbs from here, these are proverbs from where we come from, because we have roofs, and then when it rains, sometimes it leaks, right? So you know how many holes you have on your roof, so you know how many buckets to place there. But she said it, generally said it clearly. Only you and you alone can take you through your journey. Only you and you alone can take you through your journey. You're the one who controls self. Yeah, Afnan, you're right. You're the one who controls self. Now, if you feel the pain and you don't say it, who will know? Most people are not mind readers. Some people will come and they ask you, oh, Stefan, how you doing today? Oh, I'm great. I'm awesome. And then you dying on the inside. You're hungry, you're tired. How will I know if you don't express it? Right? Because you're the only one who knows where it hurt. That's why we have counselors. That's why we have psychologists. That's why we have psychiatrists. That's why we have mentors. We have all those great things here to assist you to move forward with a sane mind. Because if your mind is not sane, you're lying to yourself. You can't give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. For you to be able to be successful, you have to be able to be sane, to have a sane mind, so that you can have the ability to tell yourself, wow, I can do this. I can do this. You know, so you have to be able to, most people are the ego. And anytime I speak about this particular topic, I think about the ego because I was there before. I was one of those people who didn't like to receive help from people, advice, nothing. I felt like I was great, you know, even when I was struggling. And that's just the ego, right? And we get to a place where you can't get to that next level if you're not selfless. You cannot get to that next level if you're not selfless. And one of the only way to be selfless is to kill your ego. In Zambia, we say what? Esther, you're from Zambia now? She just took me out of there. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So you're going to say that at the end. But you have to be able to be selfless enough to seek for help when you need help. I don't know who needs to hear this message, but don't die in silence. Don't keep your struggle for yourself. You have the resources, use those resources, right? Make sure to always speak to someone, phone call or just text message, you know, and if you're bad, if there's something wrong, you have to be able to seek for help. All right. Don't be in your state of discomfort alone, because it's bad to be lonely when you're uncomfortable. It's sad to be lonely when you're uncomfortable. Very, 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 very sad. You know, because then your mind starts playing tricks on you. You know that thing when you start hearing those voices and you hear, what's Bridget, you're laughing. You know what I'm talking about. When you start hearing those voices and none of those voices is positive, it's always negative. Oh, you know, you're good for nothing. Oh, you can't do it. And we told you could not do it. You know, why are you pushing? Why are you trying to even be better? You know, that's what loneliness will do to you. You know, that's why they say an idle mind is a work of whatever. I don't know what they say, but something like that. You know what I mean? You know, you don't want to stay in your discomfort without seeking help. Right? You always want to make sure that anytime you don't feel all right, let it be made to someone, known that to someone that you're not all right. You know, so nobody's going to read your mind, and you're going through stuff now. You feel rejected. You feel even in just simple friendship, even in just friendship, you have to be able to express yourself. Always express yourself with your professor, with your teacher, with idle hands at the devil playground. Yeah, I didn't Mohammed, thank you. I didn't want to end it. I wanted someone to end it for me. That's great. Idle hands is a devil. I say idle mind is a devil park, playground or whatever. Because when your mind is idle, when you're lonely, when you're not doing anything, nothing is tough. What positive stuff come out of there? You know? So we spoke about self-awareness, we spoke about self-love, and again, when you go through what we've been through for this past year, a lot of things start going through your mind, because mostly if you're pushing and you feel like you're not pushing enough, or you feel like you're missing something to make it happen, all that you're going to be doing is having those negative thoughts in your mind, and you don't want to entertain them. You don't want to entertain them. And what I do when I wake up in the morning, I have 3 affirmations that I give myself every morning when I'm brushing my teeth. And it works for me, always works for me, because the moment I affirm that to myself, my day is good. I just go out like a hero, right? When I'm brushing my teeth, I always tell myself, Cyrille, you're awesome. You're going out there, you're going to change the world, and you're great. Every morning. People know that. Stefan, you know that. You know, people that know me personally know that I always affirm. You know, and I always encourage people to affirm. Say, even my children, I tell my children now, they have their own, you're great, you're awesome, you're beautiful. And they say that to themselves every morning when they wake up before they get to class. You know, and it helps, you know, it helps create that balance. You know, because now you remind yourself when you're out there that you don't have to pull yourself down. Put yourself up there. You know, focus on the goal while enjoying the process. What did I say? Focus on the goal while enjoying the process. Remember what we said in the beginning, little recap. You have to create that vision board. You have to have a strong purpose. You have to know what your calling is. And when you know all these things, you have to enjoy the process, because now you're living with a purpose. You know exactly what you want to be. You know exactly what you want to be. Some people don't know what they want to be. They're still just taking classes. Let's just do it. Yes, again, it's a good thing, but the clearer your goal is, the stronger your muscles are, because you know what you're fighting against. If you know you're going to law school, you're not just going to be reading as if someone that's just doing this just for doing it. If you know you're going to med school, if you know you're preparing to be a child psychologist or a teacher, you want to put yourself. Now is the time that you start creating, the power for you to be in your profession. If you know you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to create some sort of discipline, because entrepreneurship is not easy. So, but everything you have to do is create a sense of self, so that sense of self, please, I keep coming back to it, because I know, I told you, this is the third time I'm speaking today. I've had feedback. Most young people like you all don't create a sense of self, because you think life is going to give you everything. Because that being comfortable in your discomfort creates a sense of entitlement. It creates a sense of entitlement. You think you have to be given everything. And when you're entitled, that's a very, very tough place to be, because now you blame everybody for everything. Oh, the government did this. Oh, that person did. No. What did you do? What are you doing to take yourself out of that slum? So we're following a roadmap here, guys, please. And ladies and gents, we're following a roadmap, right? We're talking about self-awareness. We're talking about calling time and purpose. And we're talking about knowing what you're doing to get where you want to go. All right? Because it's not going to make any sense for Jason and his office to create these great workshops for you, bring all those great, powerful speakers I see every Friday here. And then at the end of the day, you just, it is like, oh, okay, they have no choice. Jason have to do it anyway. Let me grace them with my presence. If I don't go, there will be nobody on the Zoom. Let me come out and show them that, no. You're coming because you want to acquire knowledge. Don't be entitled. Don't have that sense of entitlement that comes with comfortability. So we're not going to be comfortable in our discomfort. We're going to come out of here and we're going to be different. We're going to change. We're going to start asking ourselves those tough questions, right? Because what we do here and we just use it is luxury for other people. We play with the things that we have here, but it's luxury for other people. It's luxury and it's necessity for other people. So we have to be mindful of the things that we're doing. All right. Is it frozen? Someone is frozen? Are you guys hearing me?
You froze, but we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, it's
I think Cyrille dropped off. We lose him. Let's see if we can get back.
Hello.
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me, Isabel?
Yeah, but only you I can hear.
I know, I think Cyrille dropped off. I just want to, since we have a minute, I'm going to read back a couple of things that Folu was saying, which I thought were great quotes that I think Cyrille missed. Where I'm from, they say you're the only one who knows where your shoe pinches you. In response to the roof. Awesome. So let's see what's going on. The internet in the Bronx. We need a workshop on that. Here's Cyrille.
There's nothing wrong with Optimum, excuse me.
He was doing so well, Jason. I was learning a lot.
Yeah, here he is. He's back. Cyrille, welcome back.
Cyrille, you're muted.
All right, are you guys hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, right now.
Okay. Great. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's nothing is going to stop us from greatness. That's technology. Yeah. So I had the last slide. I think the last slide was I had two more slides. The second to last slide says, if you try to cleanse others like soap, you will waste away in the process. So this slide for me, it spoke to me a lot, because even though we are in a process of our discomfort, most of the time we want to be there for others. We want to help others more than we're supposed to be helping ourselves, right? And I tell people all the time, don't try to do that. Don't try to give what you don't have, because you cannot save someone if you don't even have the energy to save yourself, right? Sometimes we have to be selfish a little bit with the energy that we're giving, because what are you going to give if you don't have anything yourself? What are you going to give? So I have a lot of students, I have a lot of clients who come to me and say, oh my God, I feel so hurt because I could have done this to that person, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, you don't even have it yourself, And I'm not saying you should not give out of selflessness, but I'm just saying you have to be mindful not to give when you do not have, because it's a tough place to be. We're back.
Does anybody have any music to play before Cyrille comes back?
He was back. He's here somewhere.
For Marvel fans, Ultron got to him. So if you're a Marvel fan.
So this is the first time we've had this go on. He's coming back in.
I'm back. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Okay, so what I was saying is you cannot give what you don't have. So you have to try as much as possible to know how mentally ready you are before you try to be there for others. Always assess yourself and say, okay, I'm not going to, I'm going to, I have enough that I could share with others, or I'm in a great mental space to be able to share with others. Don't just put yourself out there and feel like, okay, I'm going to do this because I want to do it, or because it's important for me to do it. No. When you're in a state of discomfort, what you want to do is make sure that you help yourself before you try to help others. And the last slide is one of my favorite. is however long the night, the dawn will break. And he always said, no matter how long the night is, the sun will always rise. What does that mean? Can someone break that down for me, please?
All bad events or phenomena have an end.
Say it again, please.
All bad events or any occurrence that seems impossible, it has an end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Totally agree with you, man. Anyone else have a different way of interpreting that? Nope.
My mom says all the time, it's always darkest just before the dawn. So that's kind of my interpretation.
Exactly. It's always darkest just before the dawn. Yep. So again, when you hear that, you're hopeful, right? When I hear that I have hope, I'm like, okay, You know, it's tough now, but I know in a few it's going to be better. But does that mean that I'm just going to sit down and just wait? Or I should actually put in the work? You know, so again, if we're thinking in the concept of self-awareness here, you have to be able to ask yourself, wow, even though it's tough, I think I should put in the work so that now that it's tough, I will make sure that it's even accelerate the process for my success. I have to accelerate the process for my success, you know. So tell yourself that it's difficult, but you're going to make it, because your calling is greater than your struggles. What did I just say? Your calling is greater than your struggles. Your calling is greater than your struggles. It means if you're going through struggles, it doesn't mean that you're going to give up. You're not going to give up. You're going to continue to fight until you get the success that you've been looking for. You know, you're always going to continue to fight until until you succeed. You know, and all the great stories that we've heard here in Hollywood and everywhere, you always hear Steve Harvey slept in his car. Kevin Hart didn't have $20 to his name. Sylvester Stallone was homeless. What does that tell you? That they didn't let their struggle define their future. They did not let their struggle define their future. They kept on pushing. You know, they kept on pushing, and the more they push, the more the stars align, you know, for things to work for the better for them. You know, they did not sit in their uncomfortable situation and just say, oh, it'll be all right. You know, who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen. No, they kept on walking. They kept on walking. When you hear their breakthrough story, everybody has a breakthrough story. Ask yourself, what do you want your breakthrough story to be? You know, what do you want your breakthrough story to be? Ask yourself that question. Everybody has a breakthrough story. At the end of the day, you were not made to be a failure. No, none of us were made to be a failure. You know, but it's all determined by your ability to be resilient and your ability to keep pushing. That's how you know if you're going to be a success or not. Create that discipline, be resilient enough, make sure to manage your energy, be that one that's result driven, not excuse driven. You know, because if you don't understand what type of person you are, you're going to be one of those people. There's three, again, I always, one of my mentors, and there's three types of people. There's those people who make things happen. There's people who don't see when things happen. And there's people who get surprised when things happen. Wow, what happened? We're just here and he just became successful. Yeah, you were sleeping while he was walking. You've seen the side of the tip of the iceberg. That's a success. But underneath that water, there's so much hard work and dedication that you're not seeing. You know, and I know we live in a society that appreciates success, but that don't care about the hard work. They don't ask, wow, what was the process? How did you get here? You know, my son's book is out now. Everybody's sending messages. Oh, congratulations. Oh, it's so easy. No, guys, I had sleepless night trying to put this thing together. Sleepless night. I went on Fiverr. I had to hire people on Fiverr to do the design. I had to do this. Yeah, it's good. Congratulations. Thank you. But guess what? Man, you know, and why? Because I believed in his abilities. I believe in my son's ability. 9 years old, writing a story like this. I'm like, wow, we need to publish it. And I spent night and night on my computer just trying to make it happen. You know, and it's a proud moment now. It wasn't an easy journey, but I did not give up. Sometimes I stay, I'm like, I don't know, I don't even know what to do. What should I do? Then I call another friend who published before me. I called Saint. Most of you know Saint. I spoke to Saint. Saint was like, you could do it. Saint, like, it's not difficult. You could do it. You know, so you have the resources. You just have to use them. You can't give up now. If you've been through what you've been through, it's for a reason. You cannot give up now. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And today is the the best rest of the beginning of the best rest of your life, because now you're going to be more aware of who you are. You're going to be more aware of your resources. You're going to be more aware of your shortcomings, and do not blame yourself for your shortcomings, because you are not the reason for your shortcomings. The only time you become the reason for your shortcomings is if you sit down in your discomfort. But you have the ability to make this happen. You have the ability to get everything that you want to get in this journey and make it happen. You have that ability. Questions, comment, concern? Yeah, I love that. No sweat without sweat. Yeah, no pain, no gain. Questions, comment, concern? Talk to me, guys. Yavor.
Why me again? No, I truly love your presentation. I mean, we're all human. We all punish ourselves. We all doubt ourselves, but we also have to remember that we're the ones that can make the change. So I very much agree with what you said. Again, you can be the result or the complaining all the time and be like passive and be like, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. And trust me, I do this all the time. I see that I was like, oh my God, 10 pages? How am I supposed to do this till tomorrow? And then it just happens. And then I get my I'm like, oh, that was easy. But then before that, I have to beat myself to do it. So I'm trying to skip the beating and just be like jumping on the doing.
Exactly.
But yeah.
I love it.
Pretty much.
I love it. I love it. And guess what? How many days do we say it takes to create an habit? 21 days. If you take 21 assignments and do it without beating yourself, I bet you're going to come here and say, I don't even remember beating myself anymore. It's gone.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like something sadistic or masochistic about me, because like I'm a almost 4-point GPA student. I'm a nerd, kind of ish. But
it's cool to be a nerd.
But I have to beat myself before I do it. I don't know if that's my process, but I'm tired of the beating. I just need to be doing more.
I agree with you, and thank you so much for your contribution. And it's good to open up, because now you're seeing life in a whole different light, and you're like, you know what? Wait, I could do this without complaining. I could do it. Guess what? If I'm a 4.0 student, it means that I have the ability to do these assignments without any, beating my head over the wall for nothing. So, and that is going to make you love the process. Remember what I said? Enjoy the process while focusing on the goal. It's going to make you love the process. The more you love the process, the more you even get more.
True, because I usually love the results, but I detest the process. And that's what I need to fix.
I like that. The more you enjoy the process, the more productive you become. Because you're not doing it because you're rushing. You're not doing it because you just want to give the 10-page paper. No, you do it because you love to do it. You do it because you want, at the end of the day, you want to enjoy that 4.0 GPA. You don't just want to say, oh, I just did it, the night before. No, I sat down and I wrote this paper, and I'm excited with my A. That was great. Thank you so much for that. Next, who's there? Talk to me.
It's Estelle.
Estelle Gambi.
Yes. So from what I've gathered so far, like from the beginning of the presentation and all the wisdom, the parables and whatnot, the lessons that we learned today, to me boils down. One of the proverbs that I said in there, it's part of it's the same thing that we're saying. The one that I wrote in Bemba. Bemba is one of the languages in Zambia, and I can speak multiple.
Nice.
Yeah, so it says Ichikali. No problem. It says Ichikali pa chumfomwine. So basically, it's like what we were saying. I was just emphasizing, yeah, when you're sick in the stomach, are you not the only person who will tell you're sick in the stomach? Are you going to sit? You run to the toilet won't come to you, Abby.
Yep. Exactly.
So in a nutshell, I'm sorry. Now I'm going to Nigeria.
No, you're taking it to the next level. But that's great. What you're saying, it makes a lot of sense, because when you are in a state of entitlement, sometimes you think that the solution will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me on that? When you're in a sense of entitlement, you feel like, oh, you know what? I'm going through this, but the solution is going to come to me. No, you have to go to the solution. You know, you have to seek the solution. You have to make sure that you don't sit down and wait for people to come and do it for you. You have to go. You have to look for the solution. So you're right.
Yeah, and
you're
at the end of the day, you are telling us we are on, how do you say it? Stopper. You're the only one who can stop your success. No one else. There's no blame game. It's that. It's a professor. It's this. It's Jason. It's that. No, you are the only one who can stop yourself in life from going forward.
I agree. That's what I'm saying, and that's self-awareness. You know, and the discomfort in this whole thing is your ability to just say, oh, it's okay. You know, the professor is going to be this, that is going to start making excuses. You know, but coming out of that uncomfortable state is, oh, wow, you know what? I know what it takes for me to do this, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make it happen. All right. Somebody have their hands up. Andre Thompson, you have the floor. Thank you so much, Estelle.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying your workshop, Cyrille. I find that I'm relating to it a lot. And like the part where you talk about how, you know, I'm the only person stopping myself from success, I feel it's true. I really relate to that. And I tend to sometimes like put my problems on someone else by like telling them, oh, I'm in this situation, I'm in that. And I don't do it all the time. I only do it to like people I really like trust and stuff. But I feel maybe it's then draining them, and I know it's not right. So, but then again, I don't do this often. I mean, I don't have people blowing up my phone telling me their problems, even though I would like to, you know, if I had the chance. But yeah, so I think I'm relating a lot to what you're saying, and I'm gonna try to improve myself. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andre. And again, I said it in the beginning. I said you've improved a lot. Like you've come a long way, and I value that. This is the reason why we're doing what we're doing, right? Seeing someone grow, you know, and just become a young, powerful leader is just a blessing to me, you know. So now you've been self-aware, you know, you've looked at the mirror while I was talking. Now you understand what you're going to change. Go and make the change, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We have another hand up. We have Abdul Abubakar.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, my camera has been off, and because I've been on the way, I just got in now. So I've been following
at least you're here, right?
Yeah, I've been following the presentation from the beginning of the workshop. So first and foremost, my expectation at this workshop is to come up with a new experience, laying a new experience from someone's past experience, which actually has happened. Based on what you have talked about, at least there are some of the things that are applicable to me as we speak. So the reason why I will support that somebody cannot be comfortable in his discomfort. Because if you are comfortable in your discomfort, it's like a stupidity to the person. Because you have to fight, you have to do every possible thing, you know, within your capacity to alleviate yourself from that discomfortness to a comfortable situation. So by sitting down, folding your hands can never help. And you have to try. You will get it if you really want. You don't give up. Like you said, when you go around the street or a particular tree 3 times and you lost your way, then it means the person is stupid. Because if you go around the tree once, you feel you can't identify something. Second time, you should be able to see something and know something. That failure makes you to go back and go and improve in your sense of search to know what you want to know. So that is why your presentation has touched some aspects of my own situation as we speak. So it's the same mind I got into America about 3 years ago. I'm undocumented, I'm with my family. But when I came in, my difference from yours was that I did not bother to settle down before I go and get that education, because you know it's the key.
Yeah.
And to survive in a land like in America positively, so that you can contribute your own quota politically, economically, financially, and otherwise, you have to empower yourself. And the only way to empower yourself is by going through the nitty-gritty of the nation, know what you get to know, and stabilize yourself the way you get to be. And number one of it is education. So I did not take time to settle down. I got myself into one of the institutions in New York. I got the high school equivalency certificate that known as GED.
The GED, yeah.
Then I got myself enrolled at Hostos. So you find that the 3 years I've been in the country, why some say, wait, try to accumulate some money. When it's about 3 or 5 years from now, you can start schooling, you can do this, you can do that. I said, no, I have to decide for myself. That's where the proverb that who is under a roof is the one who knows where he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Who feels it knows it best. So if I have to wait for 3 years before I start doing it, it means I'm going to waste the 3 years for nothing. So why don't I better take everything simultaneously? I'll be doing my best to work the best I can. I will be schooling at the same time, taking care of my family at the same time. If I can be in that discomfort within a period of 3 to 5 years, I'm doing it to elevate myself to a comfortable situation. That I know in 5 years from the day I got into the country, I know I must have passed through a lot of discomfortable situations to get myself to the comfortable situation where I hope to be 5 years from now.
Wow.
I know nothing is going to stop me. I'm the one who can stop myself. I refuse to stop myself. That's why I am back on this journey I'm in today. It's not easy. It's been difficult. There's been failures. You know, there have been some successes, but the most important thing is that we learn from the failures and know how to forge ahead.
Wow.
By God's grace, the 3 years I did not wait for, by summer, as we speak, by the grace of God, summer, I'll be graduating, having my associate. If I have my associate, automatically, I already elevate myself from a certain discomfortable situation to a comfortable position where I can at least present and represent myself and anyone in the society. Wow. At the same time, we are talking about undocumented status. At the same time, the graduation, everything will be coming. All those other things will be following. That's why I say simultaneously. So you see, there are different ways to it. It depends on how one take it. They say where there's a will, there's a way. If you have the will to do something, there must be a way to do that thing. But be ready to make sacrifices. Because there are hurdles, you have to struggle, you have to see some downfalls. When you experience the downfalls, you learn from it. If you fail once, you go second time, you do it in a different way, you will succeed. If you fail second time, you won't fail third time.
I love it. I love it.
See, so these are the processes so far, the journey we have been embarking on, and your presentation today is like energizing us.
Yes, sir.
Not to give up. That resilience to fight, to continue, because we will get there definitely. Wow. If anyone can do it, we can as well do it. Thank you very much.
Brother, you just made my day. You just made my day, man. I just love it. I love it. Your energy is wow. That's great. That's wow. But Jason, you have a good crowd this year, man. Abdul, your story, you have a story, man. I'm so thankful that you jumped on this, and I'm honored to have been useful, right? To just remind you of my journey. I did a GED too, you know, and I did my associate at Westchester Community College. We have a similar path, and we today crossing path, you know, and I'm so honored to be useful and just reminding you that you can do it. I know that your story is a success story. So thank you so much for your encouraging word. It means a lot.
Thank you. God bless you.
Awesome. Oh, God bless you too, brother. Stefan Juviela, your hand is up.
I don't know how I'm gonna follow Abdul. In my head, I just panicked. No, I mean, obviously, Cyrille, we've shared the space, for most of last year. And I think one thing that I didn't get, because I'm one of those people that went around the same tree a number of times.
Yeah,
I'll call myself a foolish person.
You went around that tree. You went around that tree until the tree almost disappeared.
I was literally hugging the tree. And I feel like in this last 365 days, I've finally got it, that it wasn't on Jason, or it wasn't on any of my mentors or the people around me that may have been encouraging me or loving on me. It wasn't on the hard lessons or the soft lessons I was learning from people or the advice that they were giving me. It was about me applying myself. I think the one message that I could relate back to the first day I met Cyrille was, the first day I met Cyrille was a really interesting situation. I walked into the USS's office and Cyrille's like, "What do you want?" And I started telling him what somebody else wanted or what somebody else thought of me. And he's like, "No, stop. What do you want? Where do you see yourself?" And I think that that's the most important part about this lesson. It's, you have the ability to do it. And I want to follow suit with Abdul and just go in that same direction, which was, you have the ability to do it. You're going to be an overcomer if you choose it. Sure, there are times where in life we get stuck, but it's about getting up and pushing through it. And I've been stuck many times. and I'm really grateful, because this last year, I think, Cyrille, you had a post last year that said, if you're not using this time, what are you doing? This is a time where everything is standing still.
Yep.
Use it, you know? And I'm so grateful that I was able to use that time and to get closer to co-mentees and just to start actually seeing past that same tree that I used to wrap around, that became like a home situation. It's like, this is home. This is what's comfortable to me. I'm just gonna keep going and going. And then you just start realizing that people that are with you, advising you, your advisors are leaving you. They're like, I've already given him the tool. I don't need to stay here and watch it anymore. It's on him to kind of figure it out now. So I think honestly deciding for yourself that you are going to have to push through everything, and it takes resilience, it takes effort, it takes strength, sacrifice. Trust me, like we're all students. So I know that a lot of us are coming to this session without lots of sleep, but in the end, the success, you know, it's not those who are advising us, it's not their success, it's ours. And I think that that's extremely powerful. And I feel like it took me long enough to learn that. So just hearing it again, it made a lot more sense, everything that you told me last year, Cyrille. So
yes, I'm so thankful that you were open enough to share that, because your story, you know, just even when you texted me and said you were going to be in here today, it was like, wow, you know, we went through this pandemic. We had tough times, Stefan. You know, for me, reminding you that it was about you, not about nobody else. You know, take away that entitlement and just be you. You know, so you are the testament of everything that we're talking about right now. You know, you've been around the tree numerous times, but guess what? You found the way. You know why? Because you stopped and you said, nope, this turning around this tree, I'm going to be dizzy. Very soon I'm going to fall and even pass out. I'm tired of turning around this tree. I want to find the way. And you did. Nobody did it for you. Jason didn't do it for you. Ahmed didn't do it for you. I didn't. You know, at some point I was like, you know what? I'm not even picking up your call anymore, because I was tired of pampering you and saying, oh, you'll be all right. No, you know, but you did it yourself. Nobody else did it but you. You know, and every success that's coming after this, I want you to take full ownership of it. I want you to take full responsibility. I want you to just enjoy, because most people would have given up. Most people would have given up, Stefan. You did not. You kept pushing, you know, tears, sweat, and blood, you know, but you kept pushing. So I really value you for that, and I appreciate you, you know, and again, this is an opportunity for me to even thank Jason, you know, for even being there, you know, around that tree with you. I don't know how he does it, but he's just,
it's a full-time job. I feel like
I don't know how he does it, but you know,
I am responsible for 20% of Jason's gray hairs right now.
Yeah, so somebody I wanted to hear, but I didn't hear. Yanira, you actually said you said something at the beginning. I want you to say something at the end. How do you feel? Yes, you. We're asking you. How many Yanira do you have here?
Well, as I said before, I am in the middle of the process of pushing myself out to do what I'm supposed to do and accomplish everything that I was meant to. And the thing is that since for a while now, I've been thinking that I want so many stuff. I want to accomplish so many stuff, and one of that is to speak better in English, right? But there is no way to improve that if I don't push myself to do so. Well, everybody here knows that I am the quietest one, but sometimes I normally try to. I normally depend on someone calling my name out so I can practice it like right now. But I'm trying to get rid of that, and because everything just said is just as it is. If I want to change my life, I have to move. I have to to be okay with action. It is the only way for me to get rid of or to improve in every aspect that I want to change.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And guess what? Action is the key, man. You have to do it. You have to do it. You're already speaking. I don't know. Improving is what I told you. You have the easy things: reading, listening to a lot of stuff that will, make you challenge your vocabulary so that you can be better. We know, Jason could attest to that. We've had students here who came and they were speaking less than you, but guess what? Because of hard work, action, resilience, today they're great. So you can do it. You can do it. Your fear is not going to hold you down. Your fear should be a catalyst of your success. Your fear is not going to hold you down. Rejection is not because of you. The people that are rejecting you don't know how awesome you are, and they're missing it. So just be positive. Just be positive and just keep doing you. All right. You're going to be all right. The sky is not the limit. The limit is in your mind.
That's true.
The limit is in your mind. The sky is not the limit. People that say the sky is the limit, they never took a plane before. I take planes all the time. And the plane, when the plane take off, it goes beyond the sky. We start riding on top of the cloud. Don't see any limit over there. Everything is limitless. So the limit is in your mind. You just have to be self-aware. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bridget, you okay? You all right, Bridget? You don't have anything to contribute? This is the end. We're going out, man. You good? Great. I think that was it. Do we have any other hand up? Oh, Abdul, your hand was down, or you just raised your hand again?
I just raised my hand again.
Okay. Because I didn't see that. Yeah, talk to me, brother.
I just want to quickly say, in addition to what I've said so far, as we make this our journey, trying to stay through uncomfortability to a comfortable situation, in every aspect of the journey, there are different resources, human resources and otherwise, that has been placed in various positions to assist. While there are some that will try to pull you down, there are some that will be energizing you, helping you, showing you the way. So one of the channels that such things applicable here in this workshop is through Hostos College. So enrolling at Hostos College, attending the college, I had the opportunity, met some bright guys there who are able to put things in place to carry students along, to make them feel belong, and to try to improve themselves in whichever area or capacity they are in. This workshop is being put together by one of these people I'm talking about, and other activities that has to do with students. So you see, when I say we are in all those hurdles, we always succeed, we always try, no matter how difficult it is. It's because of things like that. I'm talking in person of Jason, Lifford, and Jerry Rosa. These two men, they deserve applaud because they are the people that has been placed there strategically for us. Because all this workshop we've been having opportunity to enjoy, they've been improving us, they've been encouraging us, motivating us, energizing us, doing everything to lift us up, not to remain in an uncomfortable situation.
I love it.
I'm a member of the SGA. It's true, their informations, their supports, all these things, we are able to get information, get supports, and be in all these various associations or clubs within the college. A member of the SGA, and I'm in 2 committees, you know, in spite of everything we are doing, we are still able to meet, to communicate, and to belong somewhere where you are identified as somebody, where you are free to live, to discharge your own experiences, knowledge, and to learn the way it should be. They made everything readily available and giving all the support day to day. So I will say thank you very much to Jason and Jerry for the wonderful work they've been doing. They should not fail, they should not hesitate to stop, they should continue doing it because they are helping a lot of people, mentally, morally, and otherwise. So thank you once again.
Lovely, Abdul. That was great. Thank you. You did well deserved. Well deserved. Yeah, they're doing a great job, and I agree with you. You know, so thank you. Thank you for your kind words. So at this moment, Jason, I did it. You know, let me speak like Hillary Clinton. We came, we conquered, we whatever. Our favorite quote. But I came and I just, you know, gave all my all. I hope this topic stays in your mind, people. And my email, my phone number is always available for everyone who wants to reach out. Ask Jason, he's going to give it to you. You could call anytime if you need resources. I read a lot, and I encourage you all to read a lot. There's a lot of books, you know, that I've gave you guys just one for now, but this is important. When you read this, it's going to take the topic that we spoke about today to a clean destination for you. So do not hesitate to reach out if you need any advice or anything. And it was a pleasure to be being here today. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you for the opportunity again.
Thank you, Cyrille. Always inspiring. You know, I always say when I talk about all of you who I've met through my experiences in CUNY now in the 14 years, that I'm proud to know you. Not proud of you, but proud to know you. Because you're extraordinary individuals, and you're all on journeys to achieve extraordinary success. And I've had the experience of being able to watch Cyrille over the years assume his position in different places and take on new roles and new leadership opportunities. And not only that, but to also be a leader amongst his family. One of the things that we talk about when we talk about leadership, especially at Hostos, is that we need leaders in our home. And that's kind of where it starts. And I remember when I first got to Hostos, and it was 70% women, 30% male. And everybody in the group, you know, was a woman. And, you know, 20% of everybody in the group was a mom. And they didn't know if they could make it to the workshops, and they were struggling with everything. And so the back of the workshop was a daycare center, because it was really important that we had the moms there, because I felt like moms were the most important leaders in the world. They made the greatest impact. They left the greatest resources for the children to have so that they could assume their leadership roles as they went along. So there's pictures of me from back in the day of holding babies, having them at workshops where we did mask making and all sorts of other things, making a big mess. I didn't have kids at that time. People were like, oh, you're so good with kids, you have to have kids. Now I have kids, and I'm like, I'm wondering, I don't know how I did it back at the workshop, because every day, you know, I have two super smart kids who want to take over right now. But so I've always appreciated you for being a great dad. I know when you came and you visited with us when we were in person, you brought your son, who was super intelligent, and was speaking at the workshop like he was like a college student. So I appreciate that, and I don't take that for granted, because I think that when we talk about people and bringing people to come and speak to you guys, I try to find people who are really sort of motivated in life, who have set a standard for themselves, so that when you meet all these people over the coming weeks, and you've met some of the people in the previous weeks, I don't take shortcuts with it. I really do sort of like talk to people and try to figure out where they're coming from, because that's what I was hired to do, not to just like give you the same old standard leadership stuff.
Yeah.
You can go into politics and, you know, you can be a leader here or there or the other, but there's a lot more to it. And so
yeah,
I think Cyrille brought a lot. Thank you today for bringing the Proverbs, your grandfather's words. That's a blessing. Appreciated. I know that we had many members in the group who sort of reflected on their own experiences with their own cultures in terms of it. So I want to thank you. Let's give Cyrille a virtual round of applause, or however we do this. Such a weird thing.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm so honored. I'm honored. Thank you.
And I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I know Friday afternoons can be stressful, especially at the end of a long week. But for those of you that know me and for those of you that are getting to know me, you know, this has been 14 years of Friday afternoons, 3:30 to 5:30. And I said when we started in the pandemic, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going because this is the only way that I can continue to be on mission, right? There's a lot of other stuff that we do. There's a lot of other opportunities that are presented to you that you take and you have take responsibility for. But this is sort of my time to be with you and be able to share time with you. And to know that I'm still making an impact or that at least trying, right? So if you were touched today, you felt like you know, something was, you know, added to your life, then that's great. If you're just here and you just heard the words, then maybe it will come back, you know, in 3 months and it will hit you and you'll say, oh, I remember when Cyrille said that at the workshop. But we're going to do it. We're going to work through this until the point where we can actually get back into our space and be together again. And know that I love you and I appreciate you and I appreciate the time that you give me. And that, you know, when somebody, I was talking to my colleagues this morning, and I know I'm talking too much. I was talking to my colleagues this morning and they were like, do you turn off your phone on vacation? And I'm like, what is vacation? And the point is, for me, you are the gold of the college. And so when I get requests for letters of recommendation from people, you know, from who graduated in 2007 and 2010, and I've had it all week long, right? And text messages and everything. And my first answer is always going to be yes. And my second answer is going to be, when do you need it? And third answer is, where's it got to go? Because you're making this commitment to this program, to me, to the work that we do here together. I'm committed to you through vacations, through late nights. And I think some of you already know that. And some of you will learn that. But know that I'm here for you. You sign on that dotted line and you have my support until you accomplish all of your goals and then even beyond, right? We have a United States diplomat amongst our ranks who still relies on me and I still rely on her. And that's a wonderful relationship that started in 2007. And so I'm here for you. I will be here for you. And I want to thank you again for being here with us this afternoon and for spending some time and exploring some knowledge with Cyrille. So I thank you. I love you. I wish you a great weekend. Stay warm, stay comfortable. I hear warm days are coming next week. So let's get excited about that. And we have a great workshop next week. Love in the Time of Pandemic. It's like a poetry book with Namibia Donadio. And I'm working on getting her husband to do a workshop later in the semester. And he's truly inspirational. And we're trying to work out what he's going to do for you guys at the end of the semester. So,
Jason, I forgot, yeah. before you go, ask everyone to support my son's. The book is called Road Trip with My Daddy on Amazon. You know, get that and leave a comment, leave a review, how many stars you want. But he's very, very, very excited by the journey. So I will be happy for you guys to really buy it. For those who have children, family. If you don't have any children, buy it for the children, for the neighbor's child. Okay. But make sure to get it. Yes, Road Trip with My Daddy is on Amazon. The book launch is tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my copy. So
yeah, thank you.
Avid readers in my house.
Yeah.
So again, thank you guys for being here. Cyrille, good luck tonight. Say hello to your family.
I will.
And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye, Andre. Estelle. Mpandi.
Everyone, have a great weekend. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Just good being here.
Have a great weekend.
Jason.
Lam.
Yeah.
That phone looks like Rick Ross.
Nessie.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Roxanne, Sabrine, Melonia, and Chris. I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. All right. And do I have to stay here after this? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. I didn't do it.